Hey y'all, it's your girl Shelby J, and guess what? I'm gonna be on the Say What podcast, so you better tune in because I got something to talk about. That's right.
Say what again? Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you. Say what one more goddamn time.
You know what he's saying.
Warm welcome everyone to a highly explosive new episode of Say What. This time featuring Shelby Johnson, Shelby J. Born in North Carolina. You're in for a big treat today. We're gonna go through her history. And oh boy, does she have an interesting history. Connected to the funk and soul music that we all love. Started with Anthony Hamilton, and then she was in the middle of the neo-soul movement with D'Angelo. Yeah, you know Jill Scott, Erykah Badu, and all that movement, and RX Factor, Hargrove, and ended up with Prince. So yeah, you're indeed in for a treat today. Enjoy.
Adrian Crutchfield, ladies and gentlemen. Now's the time for all good men to get together with one another. Got time problems, I try to live as brothers. Try to find peace with me without stepping on one another. And do respect the women of the world. Remember, we all have mothers. We gotta make this land a better land than the world in which we live. We gotta help each man be a better man with the kindness that we give. I know that we can. I know not well. We can work it out. Yes, we can. No, we can't. Yes, we can.
Okay, Shelby, welcome to Say What.
I'm happy to be here.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Wow. So it's a big honor of talking to you. And we've met a few times during the years as a follower of Prince music. Of
Yeah.
course, I've been around and seen many of these impressive shows of yours.
Okay, thank you.
That's amazing. And of course, to our audience, we want to give a short summary of where you come from. We know everything about the Memphis, Anthony Hamilton. We'll get to there to get
Okay,
that,
okay.
but not to miss out on maybe the most interesting perspective. There are a few persons that he have put forward a bit more than other people. Mm-hmm. And I can see it from a fan perspective. I can understand why he put forward like Eric Leeds, because he didn't knew the saxophone that well. Yeah. And I can see that he had Wendy and Lisa next to him quite a lot. And of course Maite with the dancing. But then there's Shelby. and so the way I look from a fan perspective, there are 5-6 persons around him that he have had put in the spotlight a little bit more than others. So of course it's because of the talented singing of yours.
But yeah, and I'm so grateful. I'm just beyond just grateful. I still pinch myself, because he didn't have to put me on Front Street and say, Shelby, 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 Shelby. But he told me privately and kind of publicly that he was setting me up for what was next for me.
Every time you come around, something magnetic pulls me and I can't get out. I'm disoriented. by the sound. All I know is I wanna lay it down. Every time I let you in, abracadabra, magic happens as we spin higher and higher. We finally reach heaven, come back to earth, and then we do it, then we do it, then we do it all again. Brown skin, you know I love your brown skin. I can't tell where mine begins. I can't tell where yours is. Brown skin, up against my chocolate brown skin. I need every now and then. So brown lips, so round. Baby, how can I be down? Beautiful mahogany, you make me feel like a chocolate queen. Tell me what's that thing you do that makes me wanna get next to you, yeah.
My future beyond the new power generation, because he could see my whole career, and he could see more than I could see.
Wow.
You know, and sometimes he actually believed in me kind of more than I believed in myself. My doubts of the timing, and I thought this would happen by this time, and he's like, don't subscribe to the timelines of life. He goes, you have everything you need, and he goes, the world has no idea what's coming. They have no idea the talent you have. And so I'm just grateful that he nurtured me and taught me so much. And now at places like this, at Epicurus, and everywhere I perform, I bring him with me. And he would say, like, I don't want you going on stage, singing 1999 and doing all of my songs and stuff like that, which is cool. But I do his music to honor him, and I love to sing it. But I also do it just out of respect. And then I do my music, and then I do songs that he loved, and the new stuff. I wish he was here to hear it, but he'll have to hear it some kind of way. But the new stuff is fire. But yeah, I'm grateful.
Yeah.
He
I
pushed
had
me
the
out.
pleasure of being here to see one of your shows here, and as you described it, you performed them with some kind of respect, and
Yes.
and also, as you said, the jazz and the soul classics, they're all mixed up in a very, and your own material in a very great mix. That I
Oh
think
yeah, because I loved performing those songs, and I miss being able to do it with him. So now I get to do it and share it with different musicians, with my band back in the States, with the musicians here. So they're getting to play Prince music with somebody who actually played and wrote music with him. And so it's a thrill for them, it's a thrill for me, it's a thrill for the audience,
And you described the way he had bigger thoughts of you than you had yourself, and and that's something that you hear when you talk about different people who have been working with him. That's one of his superpowers, I guess, to see your potential.
Yeah, he pushed me. He pushed me out of my comfort zone. There was before Prince, and there was after Prince. And I'm still growing. And because some of the things he would tell me years ago I didn't get. You know, I hadn't grown enough to really understand, because, you know, he'd always say it takes pressure to make a diamond. You got coal, it takes pressure to make coal a diamond. And I'm like, come on, what you talking about, Prince? You know, but he was a taskmaster with us, and he was very particular about certain things. And sometimes those things would rub you the wrong way, because it's almost like a big brother telling you, like, do this, do that. And sometimes
it could feel hard when you get it.
Yeah, you don't want to hear it. But then when you think about it and you go, he's only trying to help me be the best Shelby that I can be. So if I can put my ego aside, if I can put that aside, and I can really open up and listen to somebody who has been there before me, who is much more educated in the music business than me, really listen. He said, I already went through the potholes in this. You don't have to go through the same things that I went through. Let me help you. So I was just grateful that someone of that caliber would want to take the time out of all the people on the planet, you know, want to take the time to help me be all that I could be as an artist, you know.
And is there some, you said it took some time to get the realization of the tips and the advice that he gave. Is there something that wow, that was what he meant, that was what he did? What kind of revelation have you got lately?
Yeah, all this stuff, even from everything from wardrobe to lighting. He would always say, Shelby, they see you before they hear you. They see you before they hear, you know. And so I would watch him put his outfits together, hang things up, take Polaroids and hang Polaroids, like where you go like this and pin them up so that he could look at the outfits, see them from different angles to see what the audience. He put so much care into that, not from a vanity point. I mean, trust me, he was going to make sure he looked good, but he cared about every aspect of the show. He cared about how the lighting would look on this yellow, how the diamonds needed to look. And so when I get ready for shows, I spend weeks preparing and lining things up and having my sister or someone take photos, just like I watched him do, because I'm like, that matters. You don't get to the performance and then decide what, because that way you can completely focus on your music and the show. Everything is laid out. You know, this, and this. It's the preparation, that amount of discipline and preparation that I watched him, because he truly cared about every aspect of the show. And that's what I do now with my shows.
And I think you put your finger on something that is kind of hard to explain in some, or to grasp, that he was so perfectionist in one way. But on the other hand, that was cost to be able to improvise. You know, because once you get on stage, it's the set list is like blown away sometimes. Yeah,
he goes, we practice, we rehearse, 8-9 hours, so that when we do the shows, it's muscle memory. It's all there. So.
Because when you see the show, at least from a fan perspective, it could be like within seconds sometimes he give cues and change the whole... how was that to be in that environment?
It kept you on your toes. And you had to... You're talking about a man with a catalog going back to the late 70s, early 80s. So at any moment, we'd have a set list. And I make jokes about my show. I call it a suggestion list. Because you have to feel the audience. Because you can't just say... this is what I play. That's why I don't perform, and he didn't perform with tracks. Nothing wrong with it. That's your thing, fine. But I don't want to be handcuffed to you press play like it's a autopilot and it goes the same way every night. And you know the same thing, the same cues. To me, there's no spontaneity in that. There's no looking out of the audience and you see a person and you feel something and you go, I need to sing this to this person. Sheila said, that wasn't on the set list. I'm like, what set list? It's a suggestion list. basically, you know, I call audibles. I just go with what I feel and try to feel your energy. We're having a conversation. It's an exchange of energy. I'm feeding off you guys, and it's beautiful. So thank you for the energy and the love you are giving all of us. And give it up for this great band. Like I said, this person needs to hear Day in the Sun. This person needs to hear who, even if it wasn't on set list. So I turn around and tell the band, hey, we're going to do Day in the Sun, or we're going to do this song. And they're able to pivot and shift. He did the same thing. I watched him do it. And because of it being his music, we had to be ready. So we had to know the music, and it kept you, you know, Liv, Elisa, they can tell you, we'd be in the dressing room going over songs just in case he would call it, you know, just in case.
I was over in the O2 Arena, so a few of those 21 nights in London. And
do you know that was 20 years ago next year?
That's crazy, isn't it?
20 years, and I still look good.
You still look the same.
No hair, but you know, 20 years ago. And the Planet Earth album, the 20-year anniversary next year. And that was my first album that I recorded with Prince. And he let me sing and do vocal arrange. He trusted me. I couldn't even believe it. I'm like, I've worked with producers that would say, sing it this, do this. And I said, well, what about, no. But this is Prince. And he's like, I trust what you hear.
He put some trust in you.
He would leave me alone and let me do the backgrounds for Future Baby Mama, Mr. Goodnight. He'd come back and he'd go, that's it. And I'm like, he's keeping everything? He's like, yeah, it's dope. I'm like, thank you, Prince.
Wow.
A lot of trust.
A lot of trust. And just to go back to those 21 nights, I think I saw like 9 shows of that. I was there.
Come on! Jump up and down! Turn it out, y'all! Come on!
When I explained to some people, but why you have to, isn't it enough just to see one? And I tried to explain it was different set lists each night.
Each time, yeah.
How did you adapt to that? I know it was a lot of rehearsal, but it must be. When did you receive some kind of roadmap or set list, and how did it work?
At the show, it was fun. I mean, you just didn't know. It was that anticipation. And for me, I love that because it was like an adventure. And so we'd be there, get there early, and the twins and Marva, and we'd be getting our makeup done. And so it'd be like, you got the set list yet? Or what colors are we wearing? We wouldn't know the color scheme. So we'd be waiting for him to say, tonight, because he'd have to feel it. He'd say, tonight is red and black. And then we'd be waiting for the set list, and we'd get the set list, and so we'd be, okay, let's go over this, make sure this is tight. I'd be with the girls, and we would go over, okay, we're going to do the Scandalous medley, and it was Scandalous in the door, and just making sure everything was right, so, but it was fun.
And that was just a few moments or hour before you go into 25,000 people. You just have to adapt.
Yeah, like 30 minutes sometimes before. Like I'd still be, dusting off this, and we'd be in there singing, getting ready.
And even though he can change it during the show as well sometimes.
Absolutely. Yeah. And he would call it. He'd say he would pivot and look back at John or look back at whoever was, playing, or Renato, and he would say, blah, 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 and they would shift. And so we would look at each other and we would shift and say, okay, here we go. We're doing this, and we're doing 17 days. So it's like, okay, all right, here we go.
Wait a minute, break it down now. Wait a minute. London, you ain't ready for me. But listen, 21 nights, it's not enough.
We just getting warmed up, it's not enough. You know why? You know why? Cause the freaks on this side, the freaks on this side. Said the freaks on this side, the freaks on this side. You know what I want, what? Hey, you say what? It's not enough. Freaks in the backyard, the freaks in the backyard. Freaks in the backyard, the freaks in the backyard. Sick. Said it was when it was. It's not enough. London. Said it was when it was. What's my name? President Bang. I love London. London. You know what? Break it down way Shelby? Yes. Anybody on that side want to come up and dance? I think I see some party people. Bring me somebody up here that can sing. Mama, we got anybody on that side want to dance? Let me see. I think we got a few over here. Yeah. How about in the balcony? Do you want to dance? That's what I'm talking about. Let's get this party rolling. Come on, baby. President Band. Bring it down, baby. Just the sexy people clap. Let's see how sexy this is. On the wall. Come on. All right. We got the booty right for it. He said he ain't white. Sing, come on. Well, they were dancing and singing. He's right, he's not white.
Yeah.
So you just have to be the more prepared. My Prince book looks like 2 phone books.
Oh God.
And it's music covering 40 years of music. We did Dolphin, and we did things from the Dirty Mind era. We did things from the Controversy era. We did things from the Purple Rain era. We did things from the Sign of the Times era. Not to mention all the new stuff that we were doing. The Planet Earth, the Lotus Flower, all that stuff, and the covers that he would just throw in, which I love that, So yeah.
Wow. So yes, I remember I had the benefit of being there that after show when the lights went out and it was Amy Winehouse on stage, and that was kind of is this happening?
That was one of those things. He was always like, come here, I want you to meet somebody. Yeah. Same way he did with Michael Jackson. I just talked about that a minute ago. Yeah. I want you to meet somebody. So we're in London. It's a lot of people, you never know. Dressing room. I see this big hair thing. She turns around. It's Amy Winehouse. And she's like a fan of ours. She had been coming to shows, and she knew. She had watched the things we did and everything, so it was kind of for me like, wow, because I was singing her song. Yeah. A Love is a Losing Game. Prince taught me that. That was one of the first songs he wanted me to learn to do when we were in Vegas, way before we got to the O2.
Yeah, and you met her.
Meeting her, it was like, she was just so sweet and just little, and she was just like, oh, girl. I was like, oh, my gosh, she's cool. And we laughed and kikied and tee-heed, and it was heartbreaking when we left, and I think we were on our way to Oslo, and I never forgot that because they had a terrorist event when we were on our way there. This big thing happened, and we got the news that she had passed away. And I actually called Prince to let him know that he was still in Amsterdam, and he was on his way to Oslo. And we were shuttered in a hotel. We could not leave because they weren't sure what was happening. The guy had gone to an island. I don't know if you remember it. And it was insane. And we had a show that night. Yeah. So of course it was canceled, and we were not allowed to leave the hotel. And
it was very huge here in Scandinavia.
Yeah, it was very scary because no one knew what was happening. So our families back home were like, is everything okay? And we were just basically shuttered in place in the hotel. And Prince is like, I'm going to get you guys out of there the next day, and everybody's going to be in Amsterdam, and we'll reschedule the concerts for Oslo. But all of this was happening like in the same, I want to say like week to 2 weeks. Yeah, same time period. Yeah. But yeah, it was really sad losing her. She was a true artist,
Yeah. I want to go back to where I started, the kind of the connection that I experienced that you had with Prince.
Okay.
Because as I said, there are many musicians that have been close to him, but he took you to different kind of as a guest when there's some kind of on some shows, and and you have to be next to him quite a lot, and it's kind of and once before we had this interview, we talked about relatives to us and personal experience as well when we had kind of sickness or things that had happened in our family. I described what's happened to my dad and stuff like that, and I know you have had your struggle with illness.
Oh yeah.
And so I just want to touch a bit about that.
Okay.
Did that connect you with, because it seems like you had a special bond and some kind of
yeah, we were tight. That was my brother, and he was my brother in a true sense of a way. We didn't always see eye to eye. Sometimes I would be mad at him, he would be mad at me. Yeah. That's real.
That's like sisters and brothers, right?
Yeah, that is when you know it's real. It's not always rainbows and butterflies. But I was always Shelby, and I would have people within the camp trying to tell me how to be this way, do this. He's gonna send you home if you don't, if you do this. And so what I learned a long time ago, coming from where I come from, North Carolina, is just be who you are every single day, authentically. Now, I've grown a lot since then. You're talking about 20 years ago. So I've grown a lot as a woman. But he really, it was something that we connected with where it was like he loved my Southern ways. He loved my joking and the fact that I had worked so long. He respected that. He respected all the music that I knew. He respected my love of history. And I'd be like, let's watch this documentary. He's like, you like documentaries? And so I would come in the next day and he'd have DVDs stacked up, like the history of Africa. So we would sit and watch movie after movie, and it was those things. It was the off the stage things where you have the bonds.
We used to tour till the moonlight, from Hope
hotels to clubs way past midnight, living the dream of a lifetime, till life took a turn like a surge on the ocean. Many roads, many excursions, now I still hear your voice in my dreams at night. Now saying goodbye feels like forever, but down the road we'll be together. I sing all my songs in your memory, telling our stories like it's history, covering my tears through this nighttime, finding my soul though it's hard to climb. I'll carry your songs and I'll hold them to the wind, just finding my time till I see you again, checking on our family cause it's not the end, just finding my time till I see you again. Your music will live forever in my mind. Many rehearsals working on the ground, sound checks, appearances on the North Sea, jazz festivals, popularity, no one to see. Great musician in the quiet, whisper your name. Sometimes the vibe feels like forever, but I know love don't change with time. Sometimes I see you in the clouds, when I see you in the snow, when I've been tempted to eat the devil's pie. So much is sacred when you both are lonely, but it's still a great day in the morning. We rest on and taste the brown sugar. You know that love, it does not leave, it just changes shape. Oh, my soul, oh, yeah, yeah, baby. I miss my brother's child.
And he also knew how hard I worked, because I never took it for granted. I worked a lot of places. I worked in bars, sometimes not getting paid, cruise ships, 7 days a week, 5 hours a night, sometimes $50, $75. So when you go through those things and you love
Been
what you
there
do,
struggling, yeah.
right? And then when you get to a place where you're with an artist like Prince, and he's giving you the opportunity to see the world, to sing great songs, to wear beautiful clothes, to meet people you've loved your whole life, the amount of gratitude that I have for this man outweighed anything that he would do to get on my nerves. It was like I was so grateful to be there, because I knew the struggle, and I knew that there were a million other singers that would, cut off their fingers to be where I was. And I never took it for granted. Not a day did I take it for granted. And I think he felt that. And yeah, that was my brother. And I don't know why. I trust God in all things. And he knew that as well. Our love of, even though his religion in his later years was different from mine, I still respected that. His Jehovah's Witness, he would take me to Kingdom Hall. I wanted to understand his religion. I was a Southern Baptist, but I was like, if I'm in your band and I'm your sister like this, I at least need to understand it. Now, I'm not converting. I'm a Southern Baptist. That's what I am. But I respect it enough to go with you, to open my mind and my brain to know what this is about. Because how can you even reject something when you don't even understand it, So I think he dug that, how I was open with that, and that I was just a real Southern woman that would sometimes say things that he wouldn't want to hear. And I would tell him sometimes, like, why you say that? Like, he'd say something to somebody, I feel like, you being mean. Why you being mean? And they're like, don't say that to him. And,
But you had a kind of platform. You could say that to him. You had a kind of mutual respect for each other.
And if he were to say, I'm sending you home, then I wasn't supposed to be there anyway. Anywhere you're at where you can't be yourself and you have to, watch. We see that now in our political climate. People are just yes people. Oh yes, 2 + 2 is 7, and cucumbers are my favorite fruit. Like, anywhere you're in a situation where you can't be authentic and true and honest and real, you don't need to be there. And anybody that wants you around them just for you to agree with everything they say or whatever, you don't need to be there. That's not a healthy place to be. It's not a healthy space to be. And so I'm just grateful that he kept me around and would say, hey, I'm going to this award show. You want to go? And next thing you know, I'm like next to him and he's getting a Lifetime Achievement Award. And he could have taken anybody with him. Yeah. And I'm going like, why me, Lord? But God is like, I will put you where I want you to be, you know? And I trust God more than I trust myself, and definitely more than I trust man. I trust God to put Shelby where Shelby is supposed to be.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Wow. And talking about those shows, there is some when I think it's Alicia Keys that's doing a cover, and Prince seems a bit surprised.
Yeah, because she was pregnant and she climbed up on a piano and she was like 8 months pregnant. Like she could have had the baby at any moment. And we fell out laughing. You could see it on the tape. We were, man, that was a night that I will remember forever because he was so honored. Because he was being honored by his people. Prince loved all people, but Prince was a black man. And to be honored by your own people at the BET Awards was very special to him. Yeah. And we talked about that because it's great. People can honor you when you're gone, but they honored him while he was here. Yeah. And he just appreciated that. And I just am so grateful that he wanted me to be with him and be right next to him. Wow. And I will remember that for the rest of my life. I will remember the things people didn't see, the conversations on the way there, after the things we talked about, and just everything, you know.
Yeah, those conversations, because why I asked for your special bond, because I talked to Wendy and Lisa a few years, and they were with him a bit earlier in his career, of course, and then they mentioned that he had struggled to speak, to open, and his way to speak to people was through his music, because he could be hard to talk to him one-on-one, and so that's why I'm so interested in, because when you come in a little later and you talk about sharing knowledge, and
I had a different Prince.
You had a much different
I
Prince.
talked to Jesse Johnson about that, like the 20-year-old Prince or the 20 to 25-year-old Prince was not. I got the 47 to 57-year-old Prince, and no matter who you are, when you grow in life, like you're not the same man that you were when you were 25.
I just look the same.
Yes, you do. You look good. You look good. But I'm not the same woman I was when I was 25. You know, so he at this age, I got a different Prince. He was still Prince now. Don't get me wrong. He had his ways, and he was still as super talented as ever. But he wasn't striving to prove anything. He wasn't trying to build a career, and he had already done it. He had done all of the movies and the albums, and he had the accolades and the awards and the money, and so his energy was different.
People, if you're in here, let me hear you scream. Now scream. Oh, we got the party rolling now. Keep the lights up. If the music make you feel like moving, what? It's alright. Yeah. If the music make you feel like grooving, oh, it's alright. Yeah. If the music make you feel like dancing, say it's alright. Come on. Yeah. Tonight, you know the music is enhancing. Say it's alright. Put your hands up. If the music makes you feel like clapping, say it's alright. Yeah. You know MPG is happening. It's alright. Say yeah.
So the people that he brought in, especially the younger cats, the horn players, that 19-year-olds, 20-year-olds, he's trying to teach us things. He would always say, like, you don't have to make the same mistakes I made. So for me, I say, I want to do this. And if I get a record deal, he's like, We needed record deals back in my day.
Yeah.
Shelby, you don't need that system anymore. You've got the internet. You can get your music directly to your people. You don't have to give these people all of your money and ask their permission to when you can put out music, how you can put out music. He would say this, you don't have to be a slave on the plantation.
No.
You can own everything, Shelby. And I said, but it's learn how to do it. And so I have, and other people within our camp have learned as well, so that now as we move forward, all that stuff he taught us, we're taking it forward. Like he put me as a contributor, on his music. He didn't do that back in the day with certain people. And so I'm just so grateful that he was giving at that stage of his life to say, hey, I want to educate you more on this so you can know, avoid this, do this. This is the better way to do it because I want to see you succeed. He goes, I don't want you to be waiting on the bus and somebody's riding past you in a Mercedes because they didn't took all your money and your publishing. And so he was very, very stern about wanting to educate me that nobody should make more money off of me than me. No one should own my masters. No one should own my publishing.
So all the struggle he had, the fight during the 90s, it
all
kind
of that.
It came. He had right, and it came back.
And shout out to Londell who got him out of that mess, and helped him own his name again and own his music again, Yeah,
it's an amazing story, and it's the amazing things that you have contributed to, and you are for sure a very important person in his life and in the whole Prince community.
Yeah, it's an honor. I'm telling you, I say little girl, I know I'm a grown woman, but I am still in my heart that little girl from Greensboro, North Carolina, growing up on the South Side, who just wanted an opportunity to sing and be seen and to be welcomed and to sing. And last night I was singing in front of royalty, and like he would say, your voice is going to take you all over the world. Your voice is going to take you.
Because that was an amazing night. Could you maybe tell your audience about that? Because we actually had royalty visiting here yesterday.
Yeah, we did a beautiful fundraiser here at Epicurus. Her Royal Highness Princess Benedicte was here. Her charity is the Girl Scouts. They call it the Girl Guides here in Denmark. And it was a fundraiser for that charity. And so I love the fact that I can use my voice and my gift to not just do things for myself, because this is not about me. I'm a vessel. Everything I do, everything I have, every gift I have comes from God. I am a vessel. So my walk is to use my gift for good. I want to uplift. I want to motivate. I want to inspire. And I also want to be able to pay my bills, which is why it's important to own your stuff.
If it's possible to combine.
Exactly.
Perfect.
So if you can combine all of that and make it happen for you, and that's why I'm so transparent with my fans. I say, when you buy my records, you're helping me. You're helping me not only support myself as a individual human, but you're helping me reinvest in studio time and paying musicians what they're worth, in booking shows myself. He's like, you can book your own shows, rent out the place and do. So all these ideas and things, I'm like, it's impossible. He's like, no, it's not. It's not impossible.
The way the sky is the limit, to get that kind of vibe into it. That
and
was
last
kind
night
of his
it
gifts.
felt that way. I look up and, I'm from Prince to the Princess, and also a charity that helps girls be empowered, because that's what it's about. I was a Girl Scout, and I learned that back in the States. And to be self-sufficient, it's a gift. And to empower that in young girls, especially now when they're trying to quiet the voices of women, it's like, no, man, no, not on my watch.
No, not on your watch.
Nope.
my hair. 1, 2, 3, clap on. Let's do that like that. Let's go from it like that. Let's get drunk like that. Because you don't like that. Come on, you don't like that. Let's get drunk like that. Break it down. Let's see. I'm from Greensboro, North Carolina. We got anybody from Greensboro in the house? Good, I need a ride home. All right, y'all. And my granddaddy always used to say, you know, he wouldn't say, how come? He would say, why come the door open? He said, why come this? Why come that? So when I wrote this song, it was like, why come? Because I would hear it all the time. So the chorus basically says, you know, why come? Why is that girl looking at you like she knows something I don't? How did she get your number? Why is she texting you at 3 o'clock in the morning? Okay? Y'all be a girl. Y'all with me, ladies? So I'm gonna bring it back one more time. Man, y'all ready? Come on, bring it back. Clap, clap. Let's do it again. Do it like that. Let's go from it like that.
Just to get back a little bit, to get a background, we know Anthony Hamilton.
I taught Anthony Hamilton everything he knows. I'm just kidding. That's my brother. I love him. That's a singing man.
Yeah, because you had the gospel background and all of the singing, and you got together with Anthony, and you had and all of a sudden you get some calls from the Prince camp.
Yeah,
But
and D'Angelo, don't forget D'Angelo was in there
Yeah.
too. It was right in the middle. D'Angelo was actually before.
So that was, I had a question regarding D'Angelo, but let's take that
okay,
now.
okay.
Because you talked about the responsibility for the young girls and to educate and to pay homage to different, but D'Angelo, you can say a lot of things about music, but in the late 90s, the soul reinvented in a good way.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Straight church.
Yes, because we had like the 70s soul, but during 80s and 90s, it kind of, the soul wasn't, we had like Boys to Men soul kind of stuff. But
and they're great.
With all respect for that, but we needed something new, and the whole D'Angelo, Ricky Badu, and Bilal, come on.
Yeah.
Even Maxwell.
Oh, yeah.
So could you, because you were kind of there at this
I was
point.
right there. I had just gotten to New York. I was singing at open mics all over the city.
Yeah.
And I was actually singing at Sylvia's, which is a world famous soul food restaurant in Harlem.
Wow.
And Melba Wilson, who's still my mentor and sister to this day, she hired me to do the open mic. So I was doing open mics. I love flowers, and everybody knows I love horticulture. And so I was working at a greenhouse in New Jersey during the day, delivering flowers, working in the greenhouse, singing at night, just supporting myself, straight from North Carolina to New York. I went to New York with a duffel bag and less than $100 cash, and that is the truth.
What a story. Yeah.
And I was sleeping on a futon of a friend of mine, a saxophone player, that said, if you ever want to come to New York, you have a safe place to stay. And I was like, that's all I need. All I need is a spot that I'm safe and I can go from there. So I started working. And so Anthony called me. He was singing with Dee before, and Brown Sugar had come out, and Dee was putting together a new band. He wanted all men in this band for the Voodoo Tour. That was what he wanted. And because he comes from the quartet singing in church and, the men, and that's what he wanted, that sound. And so Anthony, thank God for Anthony, Anthony Hamilton said, I know this girl, and she's got a voice sort of like a man, like a tenor. He goes, she's got a like Mavis, and she's raspy, and she's southern, and she's got the grits, man. And he was like, all right, let her come through. So reluctantly, he let me come through. So Anthony calls me. I was at work in Jersey at the flower shop. I come
selling flowers,
and making delivery. So I was on a delivery, and he goes, how quick can you get over to SIR Studios in New York? And I was like maybe 45 minutes to an hour I can be there. But I don't have any, I can't go home and change. I have to come as I am. So here I am walking into SIR Studios. I had on overalls, like denim dungarees.
The delivery clothes.
I had Gerber daisy flowers in my hair. I had little stickers on my face because that's how I delivered the flowers. I'd show up, and sometimes I would sing or something. This is before the singing deliveries. I was doing it just for fun. Yeah. And that's how I walked in.
Like singing in the shower or stuff.
Yeah, that's how I walked into SIR. So I walked past all these, it was girls in little tight dresses and everybody had on fancy clothes. And here I come in there looking like Ellie Mae Clampett, looking like I came straight out the country, out the flower patch.
He had to notice you then.
Yeah, we laughed about it like later. He said he kind of looked like, okay. And Anthony said, this is Shelby. He was like, all right, cool. And so it was just Anthony, D'Angelo, and I around the piano. There was no band there that night. I remember that. No band. But NSYNC was rehearsing in the other room. So I met Justin Timberlake that night too. That was fun. And so I went in and Dee started playing. And I come from church. So my mother, I'm used to that. My mother would start playing and she would always say, listen for what's missing. So that's how I got on my harmony, because my two older sisters, they already had their notes. So I had to listen for what was missing to find my harmony. So Dee, he was giving me the note, but I could hear it. And so he started playing. And he was like, oh, yeah. And I came in, he was like, okay. And I saw that little smile, and he looked at Anthony, he was like,
oh, she got it.
Like, she got it. She got the grits and the gravy. And so I sang a little bit more, and then he would give me something to sing. And this was stuff from a song that I had never heard before, which ended up being Chicken Grease.
One of my favorites.
Right.
Yeah.
And he gave me this thing. He would say, to get to the other side of the road, whoa, whoa, whoa. And we did that. And I was like, I did it with Anthony. And he's like, okay. He was like, all right, we cool. He's like, thanks for coming by. And I was like, great to meet you. And I left.
Wow.
I didn't know what was up. And I got back in my little Suzuki Sidekick, and I was like, okay, I got to be at work at 6 o'clock in the morning the next morning. So I just went, and Anthony called me, and he goes, Dee wants you to come back over the next night. And when I went back over, when I walked in, there were no other singers. There were no other people auditioning. And the whole band was there. I looked, it's Pino Palladino, it's Questlove, Spanky, the whole
Legends
James
all
Poyser,
over.
Legends. And it was me and Anthony. And we started rehearsing for the Chris Rock show, which was coming up, because he was going to do the Chris Rock show right when the album was coming out, and we were going to be singing Chicken Grease. And I was like, here we go. I got the gig. He goes, you got it. You got the job. So I was like, wow. So I had to call the flower shop and be like, I got a new job. I'm singing with D'Angelo now. But I'm forever grateful to Anthony for that, because had he not made that call, but God works through people.
Yeah, because there are different periods in music when James Brown at the Apollo and you can see but the whole, those years when the Neo's kind of soul developed, when you look at it right now, because when I look at it as an outsider, it was so a lot of amazing stuff that came out.
Yeah, right in that period. It was like 97
Jill
through
Scott,
2000. Janae, you got Renee, who's dope. Roy Hargrove doing his thing.
Or X Factor and all of those stuff. And oh my God.
Yeah. And I met Roy through Dee, because Roy was in the horn section. You got Frank Lacey, Roy Hargrove, Jacques Schwartzbart, like the most amazing musicians in the world. Russell Gunn, like that's his horn section, and they each had their own like things. They were artists on their own in their own right, and so being in Dee's band, they became my brothers. And so then when Roy started working on the RH Factor, he was like, hey, let me call Shelby, and I went down there to do backgrounds. Ended up writing a song that night, and it became How I Know on the RH Factor, which is like one of the favorite songs of people on that record. So
that song, and then a place. There's so many good songs on RH Factors.
Yeah, it's a good record, but it's just how God works through people and lines it up for you. It's like Anthony led me to Dee. Dee led me to Pino. Pino's on my new record. Like Pino just recorded on my new stuff that's coming out in July and August. So it's all connected,
If I change my style, would you like it? Ooh, ooh.
Would you like it? Oh, would you like it? Would you like it?
If I take you to a place I love, if I change my style,
Would you like it? Would you like it? Oh, would you like it? Would you like it? Like it? Oh. Yeah.
So meeting those kind of legends when they were at their peak, it must be amazing, and you're a part of that generation, and that's so grateful for the work that you have contributed.
Yeah, I'm grateful
with.
and I'm thankful.
And you mentioned Justin Timberlake and everyone you met, but we have to also touch on the Michael Jackson story, because that's kind of crazy, isn't it? You were in Las Vegas, I know.
In Vegas, yeah.
And you were kind of new to Prince.
I was new, still learning.
And coming to the stage right now, she's new, but she got her old soul. Sing it, Shelby. That's what I mean, that's what I mean. Y'all ready?
You're no good, heartbreaker. You're a liar, you're a cheater. And I don't know why I let you do these things to me. My friends keep telling me that you ain't no good. Oh, they don't know I'd leave you if I could.
All right, baby.
I guess I'm uptight, and I'm stuck like a loser. 'Cause I ain't never love the man the way that I love you. Some time ago I thought.
Still getting sent back to the dressing room because my outfit was wrong, but I didn't know. I'd have on every bracelet. He'd be like, too much, go back. I had to learn, But that night, we had heard rumors that possibly, because we were so close to LA, superstars could just come. It was quick. It's like a 20-minute flight. So people were showing up all the time. Like, I met Mavis Staples there. That's when I met her.
Wow.
And I said, can I please sing with her, sing background? He said, of course. And he goes, you gonna sing, y'all gonna be sisters. And but that night, they said, we think Michael's coming. And we had heard that, but we didn't know. And on stage, you can't see, the lights and everything. So we didn't know. And so then after the show, I'm in the dressing room. The twins are in the dressing room. We shared a dressing room. And he came and goes, come with me. I want you to meet somebody. And we didn't know who it would be. So Mandy, Maya, and I, we go down. And he takes us in a room. And the door opens. And this tall guy, which I was amazed how tall he was, turns around. And it's Michael Jackson. And he reaches out his hand. And he was like, he said, it's a great show. Very soft-spoken. And I'm just like, and Prince is right here. So I'm shaking Michael Jackson's hand. I got Prince standing next to me, and the twins, who actually auditioned for Michael Jackson first. When they came to America, they first auditioned for Michael Jackson. They just put up that video a few days ago too, because they're huge Michael Jackson fans, huge. And I said, thank you, sir. Oh, wow. I was just starstruck because it's Michael Jackson. And Prince is just like, because he just knew we were going to be so shocked because we didn't know that's who we were meeting. So we laughed about that. Like, he was like, ha, 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 but yeah.
That's one of those. I spoke to Eric Leeds, the saxophonist, and then he had a similar version, but when he met with Miles Davis and Prince.
Oh, wow,
and he was invited to that dinner when they just were with those persons there. And I got Miles Davis and Prince in this.
Yeah, he would do that all the time. And Prince knew I love to talk about history. I love to talk about Black history, the struggle, everything. And he would love to talk about stuff like that too. So at Paisley, he called me. I was at the hotel. He goes, come to dinner. I come to dinner. I get there. It's Cornel West, Tavis Smiley, Van Hunt, like leaders in the struggle, leaders within the Black community, and they would be talking as brothers, just chopping it up, talking about all kinds of stuff. And I'm like, he cared enough about me to know, that I wouldn't embarrass him, coming there and just, not be
Not make a scene
aware,
or something,
and I just wanted to soak it up. And I just sat there and just soaked up all of that knowledge and those brothers talking about things, and it was just wonderful. And I'm just like, man, just wow. Like those are the things where you like, what is, yeah.
I want to also touch upon some of the songs we have. There is circulating a lot of songs, and we have this With This Tear that came from the best. Amazing. There are also some other, maybe, I don't know, leaked songs that have the last month coming out when his voice is very in focus, very singable voice. Do you know anything about the new album or the
Well,
stuff
I can tell you this much. With This Tear, I believe that was for Celine Dion.
Yeah.
And they just put that out. And I've heard some little things about new music coming out shortly. So that's all I'll say about that. Yeah. But just I tell everybody to, make sure they're following all the sites, my site, Paisley Park site, because
we're going to be in Minneapolis sending live from Celebration.
Oh, you're going to, fantastic.
So hopefully there'll be a listening party or something there.
Hey, you never know. But yeah, there's so much good music, and there's so much stuff that I'm on that other people are on. It's going to be kind of like a surprise to see for us what's coming, and what was because we would record constantly. I mean, just constantly, and just you never knew what would happen with it. Is this song going to be on an album? Just for example, for Welcome to America, I think we recorded like 24 songs for that, and only 11 or 12 are on the album.
I came to party. I don't know about you. Clap your hands, y'all. Show your neighbor what to do. Come on. Where my sisters at? Get on the stage. Come on.
Everybody's looking for something, but there ain't no place to go. Except inside America, the only life I know. Transformation happens even then. Yes.
Break it down.
Oh, no.
Welcome to America, y'all. Where you can get hired, fired, rehired, and get a $700 billion tip. I ain't trying to be mean. Face-to-face contact now, got a screen in between. Wait a minute. There's still a lot to learn about race relations. If you're in the mood for drama, clap your hands. Between 9/11, Hurricane Katrina, floods in Alabama, and the election of Barack Obama, welcome to America. Big Brother's in full effect. You still get molested at the airport. Just remember who you elected. Clap your hands. America, watching you, watching me. Where the teachers teach you half of everything they know. Welcome to America, y'all. Just to keep you not free. Now they want you to drink some tea. Oh, suck it. Tell us the names of the past 7 presidents before George Washington. Then we'll see. Welcome to America. We're about to make history. Clap your hands. Welcome to America, sing sisters.
Welcome to America. Welcome to the big show. Everybody's looking for something when there ain't no place to go. Except inside America, that's the only life I know. Transformation happens deep within. Yes,
So for every 12 songs, there's like 20 more, because we would record all the time.
we mentioned that you met with Ida Nilsson the other day, and I spoke to her several times, and talking about songs, she said as well, yes, there's the stuff that came out, there are so many things that they recorded didn't came out, and the way she put it, some of the best songs didn't even made it on the record.
Yeah.
Her opinion, of course.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, I think everyone has those kind of, it's a blessing, but it's a frustration as well. You want to hear it, right?
Yeah, but I think that everything will find the light of day. There's just so much, and you don't want to put it out to, just piece by piece, but the fans want it, and I think that it's being handled well. And I love how it's coming about, the anticipation for it, to say, hey, we got something new coming, because really he's got enough music in that vault. There could be a new record for the next 50 years. Yeah.
And
minimum.
the way we see it, the stay and the things to get a little bit clearer, a bit more structured now, I think. So maybe we could get more records out and stuff like that. So it's looking bright.
Yeah. I have faith in it.
So looking forward, first and foremost, are you going to be there with the celebration?
Well, hopefully. We're waiting to see, because I'm going to be here till June 3rd. I'm playing the Louisiana Museum with the Lindoki brothers. It's the first time they're reuniting. Sir Niels, who is responsible for me being here. Shout out to Sir Niels and his brother. And I'm doing a jazz take on the 70s. That's going to be at Louisiana, and we just sold that out. That's sold out as of yesterday.
So you have to be there that
I haven't even put it up on my page yet, and it's sold out, which is great. But I fly back to America June 3rd. So technically I could be in Minneapolis by at least June 4th night.
It won't be a party unless Shelby's there.
That's what I'm saying. Lydell, holla. No, I think I'll probably be there. It's the 10th year, and I want to love on the fans. I want to hug on the fans. And if I'm there and there's a mic, I'm going to get on it, because I never met a mic I didn't like. So then there's that. And just being around my fellow Purple family and the people. So nine times out of 10, you'll see the bald head there.
Because I talked with the administration there in Paisley Park just a few days ago, and they said, because there are a lot of spaces in the schedule, and that's by purpose, because they're going to put in a lot of stuff in the very short notice.
Yeah, and it's good to have surprises. So I might be a surprise. We'll see. I might be a surprise.
Well, so but after that, the things you're doing here, and I've seen you, and it's amazing.
Thank you.
So what's happening to the later?
Wow, I'm so proud of everything. We've got a jam-packed summer and fall. I am shooting an independent short film with my sister's company, Cue Ball Pictures. My sister Lynn, she's a filmmaker, an amazing filmmaker, and this is actually her third film. And I'm starring in it, and it's called Leftovers, and I'm super excited about that.
Oh, congratulations.
So, thank you. We started shooting 2 months ago, and I've done some of my scenes, but the rest of my scenes I'll be doing June 21st. I'll be on set the 21st through the 24th, and that's going to be great. So I'll let everybody know about that. But I'm so excited to be able to support my sister's dreams, and she's also my drummer. So she's mega talented. She's a drummer, she's a businesswoman, and she's a filmmaker. I'm just saying, that's pretty dope,
so
right?
We'll see you on the silver screen.
I'm just saying. And so then after that, I leave to come to the Netherlands, and I'll be rehearsing with Candy Dulfer for the Purple Jam. And before the Purple Jam, I'm releasing a single called See You Again. That is a dedication to my years of touring, recording, and performing with D'Angelo and Prince. And it's a song co-written by myself and my MD, Darren Tripp Thomas, for Media One Music Productions. He's out of Greensboro, my hometown. He's also my bass player in my band back in the States. And we wrote this song together, and we're going to release it, and I'm debuting it on stage at the Purple Jam with Kirk on drums, Kirk Johnson on drums, Greg Boyer on
That's on July or somewhere, wasn't it?
Yeah.
2nd July?
Yes, July 2nd. And I'm releasing it early on my site, directly to the fans. It'll be on my site, so they'll be able to buy it directly from me, and they can learn it, and then they can come and they can sing it with me, and it'll be there at least 2 months before I stream.
That's very good news, because I think that anticipation to see some new music. I was Minneapolis 2017 when you signed your
10,
album.
yes.
And there was a queue around the hotel. It was a lot of people.
And next year is the 10th anniversary of 10.
Yeah.
Hello. But I'm excited about that. And then I've got another song that we're going to release around my birthday. It's called Sweat, that I've done with Phil Lassiter, Pino Palladino, Calvin Rogers on drums. It's being mixed and mastered by Grammy Award-winning Russ Elevato, who mixed and mastered all of D'Angelo's records. All of them. So I'm honored that he's, doing this for me, and he's just one of the best in the business. So I was like, I want to hire him to do my stuff. And the song is just great. The song is funky, and Phil's horn arrangements are crazy. And so that's the next song. And then I've got another song called Focus on the Good, because it's very important right now in this world. Nina Simone said, an artist should reflect the times that we're living in. Yeah. And so Focus on the Good, the lyrics of the song are, focus on the good, and the good gets better. Focus on the sunshine in stormy weather. No matter the problems, we can fix it together. Focus on the good, and the good gets better. And so it kind of goes back to my gospel roots, because it's got a
we received a preview right now, didn't we?
Yeah, you just got it. It's got that gospel vibe to it. And so, that's it. I'm just going to keep putting music out and writing and putting it out, not asking permission. If I write it next week and want to put it out the week after, that's what I'm going to do. Yeah.
So I'm going to let you go soon, Shelby. I got two questions. I can't leave you without.
Okay,
when I say Shelby to people.
Can I shout out my shirt? I'm rocking my, yes, you guys know the charity, Live for Love. Shout out to my girl, Maite. It's all about helping people out, helping people up. So shout out to, make sure, I'm going to put the link for you to get the t-shirt, because that's what it's all about, helping people.
Yes, we put the link out and try to promote it as much as we can.
That's right. Okay, what's your question? Go ahead.
Well, the two, I can't leave you without talking about Chelsea Rodgers and the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Because when we talk about Chelsea Rodgers, it's kind of, how did that song came about? And it's been so connected to you. And when you say, even for people who don't, is it the Chelsea?
Yeah. I had just got with Prince. We were in Vegas. My best friend is so funny. My best friend, the same one that's coming tomorrow to visit me here, Grace, I invited her out to Vegas because I said, we can go to the Grand Canyon. I'm off all week. I don't perform till the weekend. So it was Tuesday. We were by the pool playing Scrabble. I have next 3 days off, right? So I thought, I get a call. It's, I think Raul was Prince's assistant at the time. Prince wants you in LA to sing. I'm like, okay, like tomorrow? No, like, we're going to have you leave in like 2 hours. I'm like, okay. So I've got a guest here. So I'm like, okay, what do I do? So our guy there, Carlos, who hooked her up with tickets to shows, and I wanted to make sure she was okay. She was my guest, So I leave. I go straight from the airport in LA to the studio. Get to the studio. Prince isn't there. The engineer is there. Plays the track. And goes, Prince wants you to sing on this. And so Prince calls me on the phone. He goes, I want you to sing everything, the whole song. I thought I was there to do some, shaboop-ba-doo.
So he gave you instructions over the phone.
Over the phone. Yeah. He goes, sing the whole song. There were no lyrics. So I had to sit there with a yellow notepad and listen and write. That's why I can't stand like lazy musicians who don't want to write out lyrics or do their homework or whatever. It's like I listened, and when you do that, it's nothing wrong with printing it out, but when you sit and listen, the muscle memory, it does something with the way you remember.
Yes, and if you have to write it at the same time.
If you have to write it at the same time, it creates a learning process. Yeah. So I'm listening to it. Ask her what she liked the most. And that's a lot of words in that song. A lot of words. Yeah. And so I took it piece by piece and I did it. And then he heard it and he goes, now sing. Like now just go give me some ad libs. Give me some, give me that. Give me that grits and gravy. And
give it all.
I left him so much stuff. And then that night, I left that night. I was there for maybe like 3.5 hours and I flew back to Vegas that night. I had never done that. Like flown to another state, recorded, and then they took me right back to the airport and I flew right back to Vegas. And Grace was like, I thought you were going to be gone like tomorrow. And so she's coming from the Cirque du Soleil show. And so I'm like, you're not going to believe this. I just sang this song called Chelsea Rogers and I don't even know. And so maybe 2 days later, it was Friday, we had a show. So before the show, Prince called me. He goes, come down to the car. And he had this really, like this Bentley, and it was like a candy, like a blue. But sometimes when the light would hit it, it would look kind of like pink and purple. It was, I don't know what kind of millionaire paint job that was, but it was one of the prettiest cars
even the car was
seen.
magic.
The car was just beautiful. Yeah. And he goes, I want you to hear something. And he played, I sat in that car and I heard, a model. Used to be a role model. And I'm sorry, we record, I'm beating on table. And I said, and I heard, and I said, and then I kept hearing myself. Yeah. And I was like, wait a minute. I thought you were going to just put me a little bit, like little pieces, like when you have a meal.
But you were in front.
Like you season it. You know. Yeah. No, I was the meat and the potatoes and the seasoning. Yeah. And he was like, this your song. And I was like, wow. And that was my first recording with him. And he put it on Planet Earth. And it blew my mind. And we did that before he had me do the backgrounds for the rest of the album, like Future Baby Mama, Mr. Goodnight, because we did that in Vegas. Yeah. But Chelsea, that song is like, and people story. Now, they're like, I can't show up nowhere. No. And the other night, and this is more of a jazzy, groovy thing, but the Prince fans came from Sweden. The first thing they said was, please, Chelsea Rogers. So the band, I said, give me a beat. Give me and I gave them the beat, like a house beat. And I sang like the first verse and the chorus, and it was great. But
it's going to be forever connected with you.
Forever connected. And that was like my first music video. We did the music video in London.
Yeah, on the catwalk there, I guess.
Knew about that the day before. He was like, we're shooting a video tomorrow at a fashion show. What? what for what? The song. Your song. Chelsea Rogers. I'm like, okay. Like just the spontaneity when I think about it, like going backwards, I still get like tingles because it was so like a movie, you know?
What a gift, because it gets played constantly all over the world, that song. Yeah. So it's a good gift for you.
It's a good gift, yeah. Man. Thank you, Prince.
And talking about the first song and doing something for the first time, we just have to touch on the Super Bowl, because there are a few things that we talked about, the divided world that we are in right now, the polarity with politics and everything. But when people talk about the best Super Bowl, it's kind of, no, everyone is united. That is the best show ever.
Yeah.
Even if you're right or left or...
Number one, and the only one in the rain. In the history of the Super Bowls, the only one ever in the rain.
Yeah. And people still talk about that. Yeah, it's by far the absolute best, and people get chills when they look.
Yeah.
Could you just take us back? Because you didn't, if I remember right, you didn't knew that you were preparing for that show.
I was brand new. I had gotten with Prince New Year's Eve night of 2006 going into 2007. That's the night he asked me to be in his band. And as he left my dressing room, he was like, he turned around, he goes, next week we start rehearsing for the Super Bowl. And he left. And I was just like, what? Like, first I got to call my parents back in North Carolina and my family and say, I'm now in Prince's band. I had to call Anthony and tell him, I got to quit your band because I'm going to be in Prince's band now. And just thinking about it, and I'm a huge football fan. Everybody knows I'm my daddy's daughter. I grew up on football.
Just to stop on Anthony, is it true that I don't know if I read it, he said it, yes, I would even stop my own band.
He said I would quit my band to be in Prince's band, and I laughed because I didn't know how he was going to take it, but he was super supportive, he's always been super supportive, and I was texting with him yesterday from the dressing room, we tight, and so to know that, like, I'm like, we're going to do the Super Bowl, like this is the biggest stage ever, and I was like, what are we doing? Well, he goes, we're going to start, he put the show together, Mark and stuff in Vegas. We had like little tape where it was like the point of the symbol. And he goes, I want you right here. And I'm like, okay. Like he was so generous with his light. He could have had me way in the background. Nobody seeing me. He put me in all white.
Yeah.
Didn't nobody else have on white? And I was like, I don't match nobody.
His was black, right?
Yeah. He had on blue with orange. The twins were in black. So I put on this black outfit because he brought in these like designers. And I'm thick. I'm a thick Southern cornbread fed woman. And so a lot of times when the designers bring in clothes, they are for little skinny minis size 2 and 4. And I got thighs that, thick thighs save lives. Remember that. And so I said, I can't wear some of this stuff. It's not going to fit me. So I'm running out to TJ Maxx and everything. And I'm bringing stuff back. And it was black. And he goes, because I saw what the twins were wearing. He goes, He goes, I want you in all white. He goes, I want them to see you. Wow. And I was like, why? It's your show. It's not the Shelby show. It's Prince. Ain't nobody coming to see Shelby.
It's like a dog, isn't it?
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. Y'all know what I'm talking about from the movie. But he put me in all white, and I got this white hat. That was the only thing from the clothes that were brought that I took, that white hat with the black kind of strap around it. And and so I had the white cape, and he goes like, you run out there, and then you got to run back, and then it rained. Like we had done all this rehearsal. You wake up the morning of, and I look out, and it looked like a monsoon. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't just a little rain.
And you all had heels, right?
Yeah, my heels, I had on 5-inch thigh-high stiletto boots. And he goes, don't change nothing. The twins were spinning each other around. I was like, I prayed. I said, Lord God, please don't let me fall off this stage or slide into him or embarrass myself for the rest of my life. All they're going to think, that's the girl that slid off the stage at the Super Bowl and fell in the FAMU's band. Yeah. And so he said, don't change nothing. And I just trusted him, and I trusted God. And I was out there in the point, and I had to run all the way back. And I'm kind of tipping a little bit. If you see the video, yes. I'm running, but I'm tipping because as I'm running, there's water, because there was like this much water settled, and there's electricity all around. I mean, it was a little scary in what you're thinking, but it's like the show must go on, and we did it, and it was amazing, and the wind is blowing, and I've got this bird thing going, and it looked great, but when you're doing it, you don't know how it looks, and the twins were
you just feel the rain.
You just feel the rain, and you don't know if you look like, just a wet mop out there and everything, but when we looked at it, afterwards, it was, and my mom, the first person I talked to afterwards were two of my closest people in my life now. Jenny, who was there, who's now, she helps me with clothes and stuff like that. I call her my Jenny. And Trip, the guy that I wrote Can't See You Again with, one of my best friends, my bass player. And I called him, and I was like, how did it look? How did it look okay? He goes, I can't even believe you're calling me from the Super Bowl right now. He goes, it was amazing. And we're like still in the little tunnel, But I will never forget that. And afterwards, I wanted to go watch the game. And they were up, they had the fancy boxes where all the celebrities and whatever. Yeah. I didn't want to be up there. I wanted to be like with the people, with the hot dog. And so I went and I took my lashes off, and I took the hat off, and I put on a rain slicker.
Just into the crowd.
Into the crowd. And I went down in there, and I got a hot dog and some snacks and a beer. And I didn't even drink beer, but I wanted in my mind, I just had this vision of being there. Like I was living for my father too, who was watching and who never got to go to a Super Bowl. And we talked about that. Like if we ever got to go, what we would do and how it would be. And so I bought him everything that I could afford from the Super Bowl. I bought him a thing to sit on. I bought him a shirt. I bought him hats. I bought him everything. So, because people in my hometown, they still live vicariously through me. They don't get to see some of these things. I get to see and experience it. And I don't take it for granted. And when I can, I want to bless them with the little trinkets and little things. I brought my neighbors back tulips from Holland. I brought, those kind of things. But the Super Bowl will forever be number one. People say, what is your number one show with Prince? Super Bowl. Singing Proud Mary next to him. Yeah. In the rain, number one.
It has indeed been an honor, Chelsea.
Thank you. You call me Chelsea.
The Raj girl.
They go, Shelby, that's you. I'm like,
Shelby the Chelsea Raj.
Maybe. Thank you.
Shelby, because you mentioned history and you've been there. The 21 Nights is also history. It's still a record in London.
21 nights.
It was 21 sold out nights. That's amazing. And the Super Bowl. And,
so many beautiful moments, and I'm so grateful to him forever. I'm his sister, but I'm also a fan. Don't get twisted. I'm still a fan of this man. And so he changed my life. And when I wear this, I wear it so that people understand that without God and this man, so many things would be different for me, and different for my family and people that I love. So he blessed me so that I could bless other people, and I'm still blessing people. And so I'm forever grateful to him for the rest of my life, forever. That ain't gonna change until I see him again. And D'Angelo. Thank you.
Thank you, Shelby.
My pleasure, man. Forever.
Since you've been gone, I can do whatever I want. Wait a minute. I can see whomever I choose. Eat my dinner in a fancy restaurant. But nothing can take away the good. Nothing compares. Nothing compares to you.
It's been so long without you. That's right. Like a bird without a song. Nothing can stop feeling alone. Falling. Everything waiting out.
Ooh, baby, I can put my arms around every boy I see, but they only remind me of you. I went to the doctor. Guess what he told me? Guess what he told me? He said, "Shelby, you got to have love, and that's what I'm gonna do."
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time.
No, sing it.
Make me weak at the knees. Nothing compares. The greatest of all time. And he's not bad either. Nothing, baby. Compare. Y'all can help us finish this? Compares to
Shelby J.
Say what again? Say what again? I guess.